Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another KSP video. Live stream. Today we're going to be doing what the title says, remaking planned rockets in KSP. So yeah, let's just jump right on in. So I think let's have a look. What rocket can I start with? Actually, one that I was looking at a few days ago is the Soyuz 5. Let me pull something up about that, because I did not know about this rocket till about a few days ago. Actually, I don't think it's the Soyuz 5. Well, we can do that, but this is Soyuz Russian reuse rocket. Let's try this. Here we go. The Amyo. So, it's got first stage. So it does use methane. So let's go have a look at this. Let's try get a good little reference up here. So I believe the first stage is 5 engines, and this is quite the way they're. Okay, we're just gonna start off like this, and we're gonna build our way up. So I would say the first stage is maybe about this high. Yeah. And then for the engines, they kind of. I'm gonna have to probably use a fairing or something, but they come in like that. Well, that could just be perspective. Yeah, I think that's. Actually, no. Who cares? We're gonna have to try fit some really small engines on this thing. So, that's gonna be hard because we've got to put 5 on. Sorry about the bad microphone quality if you're wondering. That's probably not the microphone, it's probably just me. But anyways, who cares? Actually, probably a lot of people. I think I'll go over this rocket actually with 8 fairing, which will let me make the rocket a lot better overall. So let's see. Yeah, yep. And then right. Okay, we're just gonna go like that for the time being. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab these engines and I'm gonna push them in a little bit more just for the time being. I'm gonna go get fairing. I'm just gonna jump back down here. And we're gonna go like that, and then what the rocket does at the end is comes down, takes down a little bit more, and then right at the end it comes in, and then comes down like that. So let's move these engines down. Okay. Let's move these center engines out just a little bit. Maybe take them up a bit. Okay, so we've got one swivel in the middle just so we have some turning controls. And then we're going to put that there. And I'm going to go fairing not staged, fairing expansion. I'm going to go build fairing, and I think it was about that big. And then the enter stage is about that book. And we should just be able to pull this in here. And we should, yeah. Edit fairing. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, there's your interstage. I believe. How many engines does the upper stage have? 12 now. Okay, those. Pull that up there. Actually, I think what I might do is I'll grab an engine plate. It's about the right size, is it? Yeah. And then we're just going to auto shred it, and we're going to put it at that height without the shroud. And we'll grab this, move it up a bit. Honestly, that might be a bit too big. Doesn't really matter, you won't notice it. Because we'll be using fairings. Okay, let's put that fairing on there. Flip that up. So that's maybe about that big. And the upper stage is about that big. And we'll just finish it off like that. So that's like the main little part of the rocket. Yeah, so you don't really see. Yeah, it's a lot thicker that top part. Don't know if it's like that in real life, but we need to do double attachment nodes, and just because I can't fit that much in, I'm going to put terrier engines in. And 2 terriers. And then we'll need some gimbal. Gimbal. Gimbal, for the gimbal we will use gimbal. The verniers. Just some basic little tricks here and there. Just want 2, because these 2 will, if we put 4, it'll make the upper stage less efficient, and we'll use up too much. It's just, no. But first of all, we actually need the fuel tanks. So, time to find out how many of these can I fit in properly, that is. Now we're already off to a great pitch perfect start. It's picture perfect, not pitch perfect. Jeepers. Don't worry guys, I'm not on drugs. Okay, let's just rotate these up. Maybe we'll just put 2 fuel tanks in here, because that'll hold enough, more than enough fuel. Does that take more out? Yeah, it does. Okay, we'll do that. We'll put one of these guys on. Okay, that's probably my biggest problem. There we go. Now I'm going to try this again. There we go. The 2 fuel tanks was probably a good idea, but who cares? So for this fairing, we're going to have to come out a lot more. And it's almost like a Falcon 9, this rocket. Okay, that was probably the worst fairing in the world. Okay, let's try something a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. And we just need to grab this fuel tank here. bring that in, and wonderful. Now I just need to go through and make sure none of these fairings, not staged, not staged, not staged. So there should, as I said, there should only be one fairing. And the staged parts, there's one there. Okay, so these are the upper stage engines, lower stage engines, and then the fairing. Let's put a mini decoupler in. And we're actually going to use this, like, we're not just launching it with nothing inside. I actually want to put some stuff in here just to prove that I know how to build rockets in KSP, which may come as a surprise to some people. Did you actually see they're coming out with new solar panels that look really cool, like Orion solar panels, and just, but they are a lot boxier than these ones, and I still think those ones are quite boxy, so we'll have to see what that's like. Okay, let's try. Actually, there's something I want to try. Is it? Okay, we got that. That. Okay. That. This is probably one of the world's ugliest things I'd like to ever see, but it'll actually work. And we're just gonna go for a low Earth orbit. Nothing too serious. And I do actually want to see if we're in a vacuum. Okay. So we don't actually get the best efficiency out of this upper stage, but it should actually, we've got to do landings, don't we? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's jump on in here with the structural beams. And I think, just for this, I'm gonna just put some basic landing gears. Just cause otherwise we actually will not be able to land. Because this thing will use too much weight otherwise. I will definitely recreate this again in another video for sure. But this is just, you know, what we've got. Okay. Let's jump up here and put some quid fins on. Let's grab these, put those on. Pull this out. I'm literally just gonna jump in here and get one of these, because these grid fins are ugly. Like, no offense, but they are ugly. Probably the easiest things you'll ever be able to recreate in KSP. Like, easiest, and I mean that. And just because we literally have no other room on this rocket, we're gonna put all the air controls on these flaps, because it actually might make the flaps look a little bit better, which it actually kind of does. Who cares? Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna have to do a quick save and land, and okay. We're gonna try to get rid of that fairing as soon as we can. Don't forget about action groups, and brakes, toggle hinge. Also, actually, if you activate brakes, toggle these engines. That's actually a good idea. So you don't have to hit another action group or anything. If you guys hear paper noises in the background, I'm trying to make a paper model of the SM-15. First time trying. It's going okay. I mean, I've got the basic body, but yeah. Let's just proceed with this launch. Oh, actually, that's something I need to do. Turn this master volume up. bit too loud, so let's turn it down. Let's do a bit of a pitch program. I don't want to pitch that much because we're going to have to use a bunch of fielded or boost backburn, which just no. Okay, so I want about 1,000 meters left in this one. Actually, no, we're just going to do a quick little test here where we cut up the engine. I thought this might happen. Let's go radio out and then ditch the fairing. Yeah, so we need to fix that fairing. But anyways, let's turn this on. And then let's go retrograde, and hopefully these engines should, yes, so they are off. And let's just turn this on. I just want to make sure, are these Griffins making drag? Because that is one of the main things that will keep us up, so they are. I might actually put some mini heat shields on there. Actually, they do a really good job of keeping us upright, I'm not gonna lie. So, we'll do a relay at 1k, because we don't have that much. Yeah. Can I even? No, I can't. Anyway, we'll just do a bit of a, we will literally so close. There goes the second stage. Boom. So some of the landing, 2 of the landing gear deployed and 2 didn't. Which is, unfortunate. It just means that we have to pull them out just a little bit more. I'll do a little gear test and then we'll actually go for an orbital attempt. One thing I do want to do though, is jump up here and just load this thing to the bottom with fuel. Just because I want at least 1,000 at sea level. There we go, that is wonderful. Okay, so now we're just gonna push these in. I'm gonna check, is this volume? No, so it's just my volume that's too loud, it's not your guys. Okay, let's just start pushing these in. I guess another thing is these fairings are quite heavy. So there's that, and then let's fix this fairing. We want 2 sides with a lot of ejection. Well, not much actually. Actually, did you guys see the Electron failed this morning? Which was not very good. It's only the 20th launch, not running. It could that it was the 20th launch, but 3 out of 20 failures. I guess 1 was a test launch, but still, yikes. Peter Beck. As a matter of fact, I'm from New Zealand, so that's a big shocker. Okay, so I'm just testing these. Actually, I want to put a bit of traverse rate on these, because otherwise they are slow. Slow as a dog. Don't know what I just said, but I did. We're gonna have to get rid of this first stage already. You're joking now. Apogee isn't even 10. And we're gonna get rid of this thing. Yeah, it's pretty sills. It's probably because of how small I made it too. Oh, okay, we're past 10 kilometers. It's okay. And we're gonna have to ditch it now. Okay, just gonna let this do its thing. If it wants to do this, there we go. We're gonna switch to rate. Yeah, we're gonna switch to prograde as a matter of fact. We'll just get rid of that fairing, yeah. Now the plan is to try to land this thing. I probably should have stuck some RCS on this thing, but that would just be more weight, and more weight is just and then we get 1,000 meters of delta V the moment we get rid of that first stage. The second stage just goes to show how heavy this thing is. Which, if we get 1,000 meters of delta V, if I do the math right, I can let go of that upper stage when we've got about 200 to 150 meters of delta V remaining, if we're lucky. So this thing does not do a good thing at slowing down though. So that idea of putting heat shields We're literally out of electric charge. Okay, this rocket is turning out to become a failure. So we're just gonna go do a different one. It's probably because I got nowhere near what the arena looks like. Yeah, it's... Okay. And now we can try the Soyuz 5. Soyuz 5 rocket. So there's a few different variants of this, but I think we'll just do the crew one with 3 cores. Here's a better one actually. So we'll do crew with 3 cores, the crew with 3 cores, and the cargo with 3 cores. Okay. So actually this rocket does look like it has a bit of Soyuz in it, like heritage from the originals. So let's grab this fuel tank and flip it. And we'll go like that. And then we'll, I know I'm flipping it with this tool, but you'll see why in a second. Okay, we'll do that. And we'll pull this up here. Okay. Gold. Actually looks terrible. And we are going to grab this white one. So that's 1 core. I know, very cool. And then for the engine bell, we're going to need to have 2 big, just right. Does that have, okay it does. Is there like an extended version of this by any chance, or is that too big? Actually that might work. If I grab it and clip it in, yeah, that actually looks decently okay. Okay, now for these engines I want something. For the center core, I think I will actually go with the Reliant, just because more power. And we will just be pumping fuel into these side cores, and it's not going to let me copy. So we're going to need that, we're going to need that. Okay. So the decouplers on these are actually pretty good to recreate in KSP, and it's glitching out. Wonderful. Okay, that's the right way around, I think. Yep, it is. The only thing that isn't the right way around is where these decouplers are. So let's go grab the decouplers. Put those on. Grab the boosters, pull them out a little bit. And then, actually I just forgot. I have to pull these boosters all the way out. Take this off. And go get this. Now that I think about it, probably a bit of a better idea to put a swivel on the core. But I'm gonna put 2 swivels on, because then you just won't have any thrust. Like, this thing does need to get off the ground. So we've got that. We'll ditch these side engines for, but they do actually have to look the same, so double reliance I think will be our best choice. And then I don't think this the real thing will do this, but we're gonna just do it on this because my rolls. We're gonna do fuel cross feed also, because otherwise we'll just run out of fuel on all the cores at the same time, which would not be fun. Now I don't believe there is a proper, so there's that. I don't, yeah, it's not gonna fit. So what we're gonna do is go make a fairing, and within this fairing we're gonna put a bunch of stuff. So the fairing will not be staged. And we're going to put some reaction wheels in here. Okay, so there's where we're going to keep some reaction wheels. So we will lose a bit of reaction wheel power once these things decouple, but you do have to remember that we have a swivel, so we'll be fine. These are just here to aid with these boosters. That actually does look a bit ugly. So I think we'll just put that there. And then I know this booster will not be running for a long time, but just in case, I'll stick that there. And as a matter of fact, we are going to need a fairing for the separator. That's looking pretty good. So what is this called? This is called Soyuz 5. So that's like the main little first stagey part. Now time for the upstage. Yay. Now what I want to know is, does this have... It does, okay. Thought I might. So it's just got the normal Soyuz looking decouplers. But this time, this bottom one is just going to be all the way at the top. Okay. Okay, so if we jump down here, these two will fire at the same time as these two. Don't worry guys, we're not done yet. And those can decouple there. And then that will not be staged. And that'll decouple. Perfect. Let's jump up here, let's stick one of these on. First, we're gonna need to stick an RD180. These are the Kerbal variants. Shroud small. Then let's go ahead and grab 4 of these. And let's grab that, pull that down, push these in, grab this, and pull that on in. That looks realistic. Right now, you know, we're building a lot of Russian rockets right now. But Russia is amazing. Soviet Russia. So this is Soyuz 5 fairing. That's what it's gonna be called. So let's go build a fairing. What's the fairing on this thing look like? Yikes. So it's like an Atlas 5 sized fairing. Yeah, that's way too thin. So that's why that's thin. Actually, the way I've built it up is probably not the best. Let's try that. Yes, that's a lot more like it. The Russians are going crazy again. The USSR is probably going to come back at this point with their rocket capabilities. I'm not joking when I say this, because that is exactly what the Soyuz 5 looks like, with a fairing. It's a bit psycho, I think, but it's the Russians, who cares? Literally everybody, apparently. Okay, there's that. We're not putting a payload on this. I just want to get an orbit. Okay, these can happen when that happens. Okay. This is, by the way, one of the variants of the fairing. The other one is a much smaller fairing, and this is not upper stage. It's like the Chinese Long March 5B, but with small fairing. Okay. Rock engines are enabled. Launching in 3, 2, 1, and it can't launch. Oh my goodness. That's a failure already. I'm just gonna put some more engines on it. That's always the way to fix it. More engines. Whereas one of the Kerbal updates said more boosters. So let's take that off. Throw that in there, and just for safety, we're going to put like another 6 engines in here. So that's what, 2. Yep, we're just going to put another like 3 engines in here, guys. Nothing too serious, don't worry. Pull that one to. Okay. So we're going to start off. We're going to start off with that one. That's the last one we want to do. We're going to start off with this engine. Okay, that's enough. Goodbye. Oh my goodness, this is turning into a toilet show. How many first stage engines do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. Okay, I'm putting one of these bigger engine nozzles on the small engine nozzle, otherwise we're just going to have no lift off thrust. So let's go ahead and stick some of these on. Stick one up there. Stick one there. And let's just copy it over to the other side, which is like 100% what I wanted. Okay. That looks like a launch pad. We're just gonna do like a little static fire, unless the staging's messed up, and I won't care, and I'll just launch. Yeah, okay, staging's messed up, so we're just launching. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my goodness, this thing has a lot of power. So we should probably enable auto strut. Okay, so gimbal is working. Let's enable auto strut for these upper. Auto strut is probably going to be most needed in max Q in these areas, so let's begin to throttle our engines down. We want to stay below, what is it? Yeah, we probably should have put some swivels in these side boosters. But, we've got reaction wheels, so who cares? Nobody. That's another thing. Okay, we are about to go over 2k, so it's just wasting fuel according to Scottley Manley until we reach up about past 10 kilometers. So we'll just throttle these engines down. You know, we're wasting fuel. Don't worry, Scott. We're gonna waste fuel just for you now because our rocket's flipping over. Okay, we're just gonna go radio out. I don't know what's happening here, but the swivel's just like broken. Nothing too serious, if you know what I mean. Don't know why it says 1.5% liquid fuel there, it just does. Okay, we're gonna revert to launch because Scott Manley's ways did not work. We're just gonna full throttle it all the way out. Okay. Oh my. I wonder if we can just still work with on the upper stage. Would it be possible? I mean, we're still going. Okay, let's try by auto showing these parts on before, you know, we get something like that happening again, because, well, yeah, that was not fun. And then we're going to change the route to there. It's probably because of how big the steering is and how little lower, and how little upper payload we have. But, you know, we'll make it work. Because I can't be bothered to, like, jump in the throttle these, you know, play with this individually. I'm just letting it do fuel cross feed. By the way, guys, if you're just joining us, we are recreating rockets that were meant to be recreated, but are planned. So, yeah, that's all. Okay, so I've already failed, but who cares? We might actually have to slow down, because we're getting some re-entry kind of style heating very soon if we don't. I'm not gonna do what I did last time though, don't worry about that. I did go through and I was about to say I went through and auto-shredded everything, but apparently I didn't. I went through and auto-shredded like the most important parts. Okay, we've made it through 10 kilometers, which means we can start to fire and turn. Ah, no! No! Okay, let's just ditch the SRBs. The liquid fueled boosters, so it'll be LFBs. Yep, we're ditching the LFBs, guys. Very realistic name, by the way. It was actually chosen professionally by me. Yeah, I actually work for Russia now. Okay, let's just ditch that fairing, because that'll be one of the bigger. Oh my goodness, that thing was holding us back from 2,000 meters per second. Okay, so none of my builds are going right. So we're gonna try this with crew. Yeah, we're just like, it's not working. Just put a few crew on top. If they die, really doesn't matter. Okay. Now, this isn't like a basic Soyuz capsule crew thingy, whatever. It's a completely different module, so this is going to be fun to build. So, let's get to work. I believe let's have a look here. Yeah, it is a lot different. It's like this big. Here size big. Like, Alex. So there's that. And then what we're going to need is a fairing, which will be discarded after we are ready to decouple. Yeah, just finishes off there. And then we have a decoupler and a thermal protective heat shield. We have a crew capsule. And then let's jump down here and have it fairing. Okay. Okay, I think this will make it a bit better because we don't have a massive fairing on top, so hopefully this is better. And don't worry guys, I will feed. I just said I will. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's all that ignition stuff. That is literally the last thing to happen. So we'll get those gone. Yeah, okay. And when this goes, actually, I want to ditch this just because we'll get a bit more delivery out of it. Then what'll happen is we'll have bearing separation. We'll have that and that go. And we'll also have that go when we do, so when this goes, we'll have those engines and those engines, which happens just there. And that happens there. Okay, let's go set up the abort action group. So abort would be toggle engine, and then it will also be deploy and decouple. Just before I forget, we need to put parachutes on this time. And the parachutes happen nearly quick succession, but also nearly not quick succession. Oh my goodness, this thing is so cluttered now. It's actually kind of funny. And I see why all they weren't working, because we weren't launching from Russia. Don't forget the crew will do Jib, Bob, and Boo, because, you know, we've got a pilot, scientist, and an engine. We probably should have put Bell on, because that was actually a Russian pilot. But, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna just wait till daytime. Because I'm not sure they let people launch until day. Actually, that was a lie. You never know. Russia is very different. Well, actually, you probably do know. It's just I don't know. Okay, this thing is turning. I'm just gonna jump through and auto strut a few things. Okay, this thing does control a lot better. I think it's a nice thing that just, you know, kind of just dies. So I think all the fuel's actually taking out of these bottom fuel tanks. That's why it says it's going down. But I don't know. So this is already going better than that fairing one, and it looks a whole heap better. I guess this fairing, when you're not using crew, they just jump around and change the fairing rather than having to like change the whole upper stage. It could just be a conspiracy theory from me, but you never know. And you probably do know again. The only bad things are this launch site ownership is boosters get dropped. Ugh. At least it's mountains, not houses like China. I think we are actually going to hold on to these boosters for 3 seconds after Lico. That's what we named it, and Licks. Yeah, whatever. So we got rid of that launch abort tower, but we still have abort options if we need to now. So we're just going to do a bit of pitch program. We're going to chuck some lights on. Probably should have put solar panels on this thing. So we actually do lights take up electricity. I don't think they do. I'm just going to turn them off just in case. Okay, now we're going to do a big pitch over. So we are actually slowing down, but we will start increasing as this fuel begins to deplete. It's just the fact that we're out of the atmosphere now. It's just we're so heavy. There we go, we're finally accelerating now. So we're just going to keep on accelerating with this first stage till we're out of fuel. Yeah, because we've got a lot of burning to do, so we get this far enough away where we can use the upper stage, which is, I guess, what this is for. So we're going to start facing this booster down a little bit more, just because otherwise our Apple axis will get too high. There we go, that's good. Okay, we're about to run out of fuel, so we're getting ready for that. Okay. Okay, this is actually going really well. Like, it's better than I thought it would be. Just a desert. Oh, that's funny. Okay. We should have booster shutdown any second now. We're just going to start going like this. So the booster will crash down to the earth. I don't think that's how it works, but it'll crash faster because the apoapsis. I'm not very good at saying apoapsis, but who cares? Which way are we meant to be going? Oh, so we're already past our apoapsis, so we need to start pointing down now. Okay, we need to start pointing up then. As we're way past where we're meant to be going from. And we're over. So let's get rid of that fear. And just because we're probably going to need to do this because I'm not leaving junk in space. Especially if it's Russian junk. We're instantly going to go like this, do a de-orbit burn, toggle this engine and do a orbital burn just to get us back into our orbit. There we go. So now that is going to go, if I'm right, if we just, okay, is it gonna, yeah, so it's gonna just go down and crash into Earth. So we're gonna do a few orbits till the point where we're not gonna be able to get to Boomerang anymore, because, actually, here we are. I forgot that the orbit changes depending on where you launch from. If you launch from a KC, your orbit does not move one bit. Okay, we don't retrograde, and we're just going to do a slight burn to lower our periapsis. So we'll get a nice touchdown. So we're just going to decouple now as we go over here. Will we get a daytime landing? I'm hoping we would. No, okay, we might not. So we're going to chuck these lights on. We're going to chuck retrograde, and we're just going to begin our re-entry burn. Not burn. We're just going to begin our re-entry. You can't see this light very well. It looks like Minecraft Legend. So we have begun re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. Okay, so periapsis is definitely dying down now. What's that orbit? It's just boomerang always it's nighttime. So we're not getting the most entry here, but we're getting enough. So yeah, we will be landing on. I can't actually tell where we'll be landing. Hopefully it's on land, because that'd be a lot better, and just in case I want to make it so we do land on land. I'm gonna just go, no, bro, there we go. Just because I want to land on land, I'm gonna take the liberties of raising. And just before we burn up, we'll do a nice little flip, and that will just start killing off that velocity. I just don't want to endanger my Kerbals, I don't want them to get the big G's. Oh, you're joking. Uh-oh. Disarm. We'll move that up, and we want disarm. disarm, deploy, deploy, deploy movements, spread angle, pressure can be 75 as these are drogues. And then we don't want these guys to fully deploy, so he took 50, which means they won't fully deploy that much. Okay, so we're getting a slightly daytime landing. The moment we get shoot deploy, which we should be getting now. Yeah, I should be deploying any second now. Any moment now. Oh yeah, we had to pull out at least one minute. Why is this main shoot going to this one open? Yeah, so it turns out this is the only shoot that's going to be deploying for us today. So will that be enough? Yeah, just enough. If we're lucky. If we're lucky. Are we landing in water or... We're landing on land. Okay. So for some reason these guys did not decide to deploy at all. I find that weird. Here you go, once we land I'm gonna have to go guys, so I'm gonna take you to intermission and let's play the tunes as we land.